back to my channel, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. Welcome to our little community. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another fragrance haul for you guys. You guys know I have a problem. I can't stop buying perfumes, you guys. I really got to check my priorities in life. It's an addiction. I admit it. I create fragrance, beauty, lifestyle, fashion content, and if that's of interest to you guys, please consider subscribing so that you can join our little community and join the fun. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload. Thank you for watching, you guys. Well, let's get into these fragrances. I'm gonna share the one that was sent to me first, and this one is quite intriguing, you guys. This was quite a pleasant surprise, you guys, because I love this designer, actually. This one kind of took me by surprise because I hadn't heard that he had gotten into fragrances. So I'm very happy. I know his work very well. He got his start on Project Runway. I watch Project Runway all the time, you guys. So Christian Siriano, he is so amazing, such a talented, gifted designer. Christian Siriano, I was really happy to find out that he came out with fragrances. If they're anything like his designs, yeah. So anyway, his designs, like avant-garde designs, are so amazing. So the fragrance by Christian Siriano that I have in my hands here is Ooh La Rouge. It's a gorgeous red, the packaging, and it has like a floral design on it. I like red, you guys. Red's one of my favorite colors. The bigger surprise was actually in the juice, you guys. Here's the bottle. It's actually quite lovely. It's made to look like a silhouette. I think it's made to look like a gorgeous like evening gown type thing, and you know, just like one of his like fashion designs. It's kind of looking kind of avant-garde. The bottle is glass, but the cap is plastic. This, you guys, the biggest surprise, as I was saying, let me spray it. Yeah, so the biggest surprise was actually in the juice. In the opening, especially, you guys, this is a fairly close dupe to Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum. I think it's similar to 540, the original too, but it's more reminiscent of the Extrait de Parfum version. Oh, yeah, that opening especially, and when it dries down, it gets away from the Rouge vibe, but in the opening, especially in the opening and in the middle, it reminds me of Maison Francis Kurkdjian Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum. I'm going to actually include this in another video. It's coming soon, you guys. In that, I will go more into detail about why this smells like Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum, and we'll get into more of the reasons why it is. This has in the opening saffron praline, blood grapefruit, which is quite interesting, blood grapefruit for a citrus note in the opening. In the middle, you get a bunch of pretty white florals like star jasmine, gardenia, and tuberose. Tuberose is kind of an expensive fragrance note. This is a fairly affordable fragrance, so for there to be tuberose in this, that's really nice. And on the dry down, you get amberwood, and yes, one of my favorite base notes, musk, which gives it that sort of sexy, like, edge to a perfume, if you ask me, when there's musk in the base. So this actually is a very nice, affordable dupe for Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum. And it does remind me of Rouge 540 as well, but this is a little sweeter, which the Extrait de Parfum version is a little sweeter. So that's why it reminds me more of the Extrait de Parfum. I will get more into why exactly this smells like the Extrait de Parfum version of 540 and all that in my other video where I will feature this. The moment I first sprayed this when it arrived, that's what it reminded me of. Very, very pleasantly surprised that Christian Siriano has his own fragrances now, and also the fact that this is a nice, very close dupe to Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum with a few added favorite notes of mine, so very, very pleasantly surprised. So this is actually available on the Fragrance Group's website for sale right now, So Avant-Garde, and you guys can get a 15% discount with the code CLEO15. Again, it's just a discount code to help you guys out. I do not make any money from it. It is not an affiliate code. It is just a discount code for you guys to help you guys out. So if you want to get any fragrance on So Avant-Garde website, they have high-end and designer fragrances that are really, really gorgeous, including Tiziana Terenzi. So that's a code for you guys if you guys want to get any of those fragrances. Next, you guys, I just uploaded my full review of this fragrance. I will link it up here and down in the description box. I gave it a very thorough, in-depth review. I made sure to cover all bases on that video. It is none other than Parfumes de Delina's latest release. It is Delina La Rosee. So this is the latest Delina that just came out, you guys. And I compared this to the previous two Delinas. That's Delina the original and Delina exclusive in my video that I linked up there for you guys and down in the description box. Please make sure to check that out if you want to know more about this in depth and the comparison to the other two. So anyway, guys, look at this bottle. Isn't she a gorgeous beauty? It's a transparent, frosted, gorgeous glass bottle. It's the same design as the previous two, with the cap with the little gemstone on the top like that. This is so, oh guys, this is gorgeous. This basically, I said it in my dedicated video to this perfume, this is basically like getting Delina the original without that tartness from the rhubarb in the opening, and with added watery notes. This freshness, there's a citrusy vibe to this with that added freshness, you know. There's that beautiful Turkish rose in here, just like the other two Delinas. But this one is definitely different from the other two Delinas, although they all have the same DNA. But this stands on its own, if you ask me. I said in my dedicated video of this Delina La Rosee video that the Delina exclusive is still my top favorite out of the three Delinas, but this is my second favorite because I'm not always in the mood for that tartness, the slight tartness of Delina all the time, but I love that tartness, don't get me wrong. But this one is like Delina without the tartness, with the added freshness and that gorgeous Turkish rose in here. The Turkish rose in here is a little different from the Turkish rose in the other two because of the citrus and watery notes in here. This rose in here smells more like a rose garden rather than a rose essence kind of smell the other two has. I bought this for $295 from Nordstrom. Yeah, it's a little pricey, but it's totally worth it. I wanted to get my hands on it immediately. This is going to be one of my spring and summer favorites this year. Cannot wait for the spring and especially summertime to rock this. I can see myself wearing this all the time and putting a dent in it. This is Delina La Rosee. Now I have another gorgeous rose fragrances that I have been meaning to get my hands on, and I finally bit the bullet and bought it. I love this. This is gorgeous, and this brand, this niche brand, is just heavenly. I have gotten my nose on a lot of the perfumes from this niche house, but I hadn't taken the plunge and bought anything yet, and this is my first from this house, and I do plan to get a lot more from this house. It is Initio Atomic Rose. So the sleeve just comes off like this, and here is the actual box. Isn't that gorgeous? It's very classy packaging. There she is. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then you get the little booklet with all the information in here. I'm gonna take that out. It's set in velvet here. It's really, really nice. Let me take that out. There you go. So here it is. So I don't need to spray this one, trust me. This one has great projection. So this has both Bulgarian rose and Turkish rose in the middle. You guys know Bulgarian rose is one of my favorite, and I love Turkish rose as well. Bulgarian rose is one of the most sought after fragrance oils. The rose in here smells like a beautiful garden of roses. And in the opening, you guys, this has a slight fresh greenness to it, but don't get me wrong, it's not like the greenness that you get in Delina that's cutting and sharp from the rhubarb, you know, it's not. The greenness in here is very subtle. It's like nuances, green nuances, like very fresh green. It's a very subtle fresh green, so I will tell you why. Because in the opening, this has Hedion. So Hedion is this white floral that is very reminiscent of jasmine, very pretty, airy, light white floral that has green nuances, like a slight green undertone to it. So that's where that slight freshness, the green freshness comes from, not like a very cutting kind of green, which can be really gorgeous. I mean, for example, Delina has that, and I love that green touch from the rhubarb, but then you're not always in the mood to wear something with such a cutting green note all the time, but it's really pretty too. So this one, I love the fact that the slight greenness in here is very much that pretty, airy greenness with that gorgeous white floral, you know, so I love that. The rose in here, when it dries down kind of powdery. It's really pretty, very gorgeous. When I saw that this has Turkish rose, my mind went straight to Delina's. They have Turkish rose too. Then I thought, well, this is not similar to them, but if it's anything that it reminds me of, it would be the Delina, the original. But again, Delinas are different. The only common thing between this and the Delinas would be the Turkish rose, really. Delina, the original, has that, you know, green note, but again, that's a very cutting, sharp rhubarb green note, whereas this has a very kind of subtle, you know, nuances of green from the Hedion, that pretty white flower. I have been meaning to get Atomic Rose for, again, I don't know, for a long time. For whatever reason, I just kept not getting it. And finally, I bit the bullet and got it. And I'm going to go ahead and get a few other Initio perfumes for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below which Initio perfumes you guys want me to review. I will definitely try and get my hands on it. I'm very interested in this fragrance house, you guys. Initio, it's one of my favorites. So I have been hearing a lot about Zara perfumes all over YouTube, you guys, and I've been meaning to get something from Zara, and I've been thinking, what do I get, and I had several in mind, but I finally settled on something that sounded very unique and sort of delicious. So I ended up getting Rich Warm Addictive from Zara. This one is from the men's section of Zara, you guys. I don't care, it smells amazing. This one is a gorgeous vanilla, you guys. This has a tobacco note in it. Such a warm, just like the name says, it's a rich, warm, addictive vanilla fragrance. This has a tobacco note in it. It's really warm and kind of cozy. Very delicious vanilla mixed in with that slight hint of tobacco that's giving it this really nice edge to this perfume. It's very warm, just like the name suggests. Very comforting, warm, delicious vanilla. Vanilla in here is like the true vanilla essence, not the fake stuff, you know, like the real vanilla mixed in with that slight hint of tobacco. It's a very warm, cozy vanilla, and it's reminding me of like a dessert I used to know, and I forget what it is, and it's a little like milky, a little bit coconutty. It's definitely like a sweet vanilla, tobacco, coconutty, lactonic, woody, tropical, powdery kind of scent. So it's like not that complex of a fragrance, you guys, but it's really delicious. This has coconut, honey, tobacco, cedar, and sandalwood. There's no actual vanilla note in here, but there's a vanilla accord. When those ingredients get together, it creates this gorgeous kind of like addictive vanilla scent with a slight hint of tobacco and coconutty lactonic vibes. Again, like it has a lactonic accord, but there's no actual like lactonic ingredients. Like there's no whipped cream or anything like that that's lactonic, but this is very complex smelling. This is a very complex smelling fragrance for the simplicity that it is. Fragrance note structure, just gorgeous. And it is $19, you guys. It's so affordable and delicious. And like I said, I found this in the men's section, but it is totally unisex and it smells divine. So it's actually kind of gives me the gourmand vibes, very much with that vanilla accord in there, the coconut and all that. Rich Warm Addictive by Zara. She did it again. She did. Guess what I got? I got my third Christian Louboutin Luby World Collection perfume. You guys know I've already bought and reviewed Luby Rouge and Luby Kiss. I will link them up here and down below in the description box. They're like $300 perfumes, you guys. And yes, I couldn't help myself when I heard that this one has tonka bean. I love tonka bean. That vanilla and tonka bean together especially I'm a fan of. So I just wanted to try this, and especially the bottle, you guys, is to die for. So I really want to display it on my vanity, on my mirrored shelves above my vanity. So here it is. It is the same presentation as the other two. As you guys know, it comes with that travel cap because they have such gorgeous ornate caps. So this one is Loubicrown, you guys. So yes, I did it again. So there it is. Look at that jewel encrusted cap, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I love red. I know it's a silly reason to buy a perfume, but I really wanted this bottle. Look at that. And then it has that the Louboutin spikes right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Like a collar. So this did not disappoint, you guys. Like I said, look at that cap. I mean, this is pretty weighted, just like the other two. That's why it comes with the travel cap. Oh guys, this smells really good. Like I said in my previous two reviews of the Luby Rouge and Luby Kiss, this line, the Luby World Collection from Christian Louboutin, the fragrance structure isn't very complex, usually 3 ingredients, and same in here, but they smell quite complex for the simplicity that it is the fragrance structure. Sometimes, you guys, it doesn't matter, you know, it's about the perfume accords rather than notes, what it creates, you know. So the tonka bean in here, you guys, is divine. This is a great tonka bean scent. So this has 3 notes, like I said. It's tonka bean, patchouli, and cedar. Just like the other two, 3 ingredients, but the smell is quite complex. This is unisex for sure, this one right here. Definitely unisex. Both men and women can rock this. I love the tonka bean in here, especially, you guys. It's just really gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Really pretty. I'm going to do a dedicated review of this as well. Luby King by Christian Louboutin from the Luby World Collection. This is my 3rd one from the collection. The full review is coming. Stay tuned for that. Next, I have another affordable gorgeousness in my hands, and I heard so much about this perfume and I had to take the plunge and get my hands on it. This one is from Banana Republic. Actually, it's an affordable perfume. This is Dark Cherry Amber, and I just had to get my hands on it, you guys. By the way, this is the presentation. Isn't that amazing for such an affordable perfume? Like, look at the presentation. Not bad at all. Not bad. Love the packaging, and I love the bottle too, you guys. Look at that. I mean, red is my favorite color. Look at that. It's kind of like a transparent ruby red, and this is a very nice cherry fragrance. But don't get me wrong, this is not like Tom Ford Lost Cherry at all. The cherry in here is more of a sour cherry than a dark cherry, which is what you get in the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. This one is different type of cherry fragrance. This is a very cherry ambery fragrance, you guys. If you're looking for a dupe for Tom Ford Lost Cherry, this is not it. This is not a dupe at all. This smells very different. There is a slight almond accord in here, but it's not very prominent like it is in the Lost Cherry. This is a sweet cherry amber, fruity, floral, woody almond lactonic fragrance. There's a slight lactonic accord in here. It's kind of has like a slight hint of milkiness. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Maybe from the praline that's in here. In the top you get sour cherry. Like I said, this is a sour cherry rather than a dark cherry. And in the middle you get praline and cherry blossom, and that I really love. And in the dry down you get red amber and cedar. I really like it. It's a different kind of a cherry fragrance. It's nothing like I've smelled before. It's quite affordable, you guys. You can get it for like $30–40. On Amazon and a bunch of other places. Very easy to get your hands on this. If you are looking for a cherry fragrance that's different yet quite nice and you are on a budget, this is definitely the one for you. Banana Republic, Dark Cherry, and Amber. Next, I have another luxury perfume, you guys. This is something I had in my collection. I ran out and I needed to get a new bottle. So this is Guerlain Angelique Noir. It is amazing. Let me get this out. I've already tried this, you guys. You know what? This is the private line of Guerlain. I already have Spiritueuse Double Vanille. You guys have seen that in my other videos. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla fragrance, you guys. I would say this one is slightly more gorgeous than the Spiritueuse Double Vanille. The private collection comes in this presentation. The bottle looks like this with that gold plate, and the juice is a gorgeous dark amber, which I love when the juice is this color. Oh, you guys, this is slightly better than Guerlain's Spiritueuse Double Vanille. There's something special about this fragrance. I'll get to that here in a second. So the special thing about this fragrance, though this is a vanilla, just like the Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Now, Spiritueuse Double Vanille is very much like a vanilla through and through perfume. It's very like sweet vanilla. This one is vanilla, but there's more to it. I think that special touch comes from the fragrance note Angelica. Angelica is this like musky, woody, like rooty kind of smell. It's kind of adds that kind of edge, just the way musk adds an edge to perfumes, you guys. I think that's where the edge of this perfume comes from, and I think that balances that vanilla, the strong vanilla in here. This is a musky vanilla, you know, instead of like the Guerlain Spiritueuse Double Vanille is a sweet vanilla. This is a musky vanilla. This is sweet but not overly sweet. I got to say Spiritueuse Double Vanille isn't overly sweet to me either, but this one definitely is more balanced. This one is a musky vanilla, like I said. It's sweet, it's amber, it's fruity, it has white floral, and it's woody. It's a very interesting vanilla. You're not gonna find that many vanillas that are as unique as this. Guerlain Angelique Noir. Next, I have another luxury perfume from the house Serge Lutens. This is Bois Vanille. So this is another vanilla fragrance that I've been waiting to get my hands on, you guys. Oh, so good. Let me get it out first. So this is another gorgeous vanilla, you guys. I've been, again, meaning to get this one in my hands too for a while now. It's a very strong vanilla scent. It's a vanilla, sweet, woody, coconut, powdery. It's a very kind of balsamic fragrance. It has like amber, warm spiciness, and I believe there's like a beeswax accord in here too. So this has a huge dose of vanilla, you guys, and this has coconut, which makes it like a creamy vanilla. And then there's tonka bean, which kind of intensifies that vanilla scent, because tonka bean and vanilla, when they're together, that vanilla like smell gets intensified. And there's sandalwood. There's a creamy sandalwood in here. There's like a beeswax, which gives it that kind of waxy touch. And then there's like an almond, bitter almond note in here. It's kind of like gives it like a nice, like a nutty vibe. And then there's benzoin, which makes it even sweeter. And there's guaiac wood, which I like. There's guaiac wood in Lancôme Oud Bouquet. I like that. I just really like it. It's a gorgeous vanilla. I mean, if you're a vanilla lover and you want something that's a very strong, sweet vanilla that's a little creamy and just fabulous, this is the one for you. Serge Lutens Bois Vanille. We're almost to the end, you guys. I have two more here. This one is something I've been meaning to get because I heard that this is reminiscent of the Dior Hypnotic Poison, the Eau de Toilette, and I just had to kind of test that out. So this is Juliette Has A Gun. Literally the fragrance name is as you guys can see here. So it's apparently when you smell it you go you know. So let's see. I've actually smelled it when it arrived, obviously, but I wanted to test it. So it comes in this like foam box, which all of the Juliette Has A Gun perfumes come in. That's like the presentation. So here she is. This one right here is a pink bottle with the silver cap, very kind of simplistic, but still very effective. It's a glass bottle. This one, I would definitely have to agree. Yes, it is reminiscent of the Dior Hypnotic Poison, but nothing I say nothing compares to it though. This one's reminiscent of it, not a dupe. Has that quality, I can see that. This is a very white floral, tuberose, slightly powdery, kind of balsamic, woody, fruity, caramel, warm, spicy scent. Really nice. I'm glad I got it. It is sexy. It's a nice, edgy, sexy perfume, but nothing compares to Dior Hypnotic Poison if you ask me. This is Juliette Has A Gun. So the last but not least is something I, again, made a mental note that I wanted to get when it came out. The original's been around a while, but then this flanker just came out. I kind of went back and forth trying to decide whether I want to get the original or the flanker, but then ended up settling for this version. So this is Chloe Nomad Absolu de Parfum. So this is the Absolu version of the Chloe Nomad. So Chloe Nomad, the original. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's a nice glass bottle that looks like kind of like a purse. This is, guys, a little different from what I expected. This has like moss in it, and it gives it this kind of earthy, slightly herbally quality to this, which took me a little bit by surprise. Don't go there yet because it's quite nice. Actually, there's a lot of sexy chords in here, and then you get that little bit of earthiness, which kind of really is kind of a nice balance actually. Both the original and the Absolu have that moss, that earthy accord. I think maybe this one has more of it. I don't have the other one, but I've gotten my nose on it. This one is a lot less complex than the original. I hadn't smelled this one and I had only smelled the original when I bought this. I kind of blind bought this one. So this is definitely like a mossy, woody, slightly earthy, animalic, fruity, slightly green, powdery, musky, balsamic, sweet scent. It's like a weird combination, you guys, in here. So this has that musky, balsamic, sweet, kind of sexy vibes to this, and then it's counterbalanced by the mossy, earthy quality in here. So it's kind of like a sexy yet earthy perfume. It's very different. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm actually very glad I bought this, because this is kind of going out of my sort of usual realm of what I go for. So I'm very glad I got this. It's actually quite sexy and earthy at the same time, like I said. Usually those two don't really go together. The perfume note structure is very simple, and this is not a very complex fragrance like the original has a lot more notes. So this one has a Mirabelle note in the opening, and that's it. Mirabelle is a fantasy fruity note, you guys. It's like sweet, fresh, and kind of fleshy kind of note. It's a fantasy note. And in the middle you get oak moss and Delina, and there it is. That's where you get that herbally earthiness. Earthiness from the oak moss and the herbaliness from the Delina. So Delina is this green note that's kind of like herbally. So that's where that's coming from. And that middle is very kind of present, you know? And in the base you get that creamy sandalwood and musk. So there's that sexiness from the base notes and that fantasy fruity note in the opening, mixed in with that earthy kind of herbally quality. It's very interesting. It's definitely an interesting perfume. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the original as well, so that I have both in the collection. I think the original is a little bit more mass appealing than this version. Not everyone would like this. This is definitely not a safe blind buy, you guys. This is very unique. If this was just herbally and earthy, I probably wouldn't touch it. But this has that sexiness to it too. Chloe Nomad Absolu. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the fragrances that I just recently hauled. I love doing haul videos for you guys, and I know you guys enjoy it very much too. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload. I hope you guys had a really good time watching this video. I will see you guys in my next video soon.